G'day punters and welcome to the Silly Season podcast. My name is Shad taking over the hosting reins.
You're not
for
Liam.
the great Fogs, who is sitting on the other side of the desk at the moment. We're in Bizarro land.
Hello.
Hello, gentlemen.
Have you lost your job, folks?
No, I gave it to him this week, to be fair.
Right. Well, boys, Jack and Fogs are here because they are two of the greatest cricketers this nation has ever seen, fresh off the back of the 24-hour cricket challenge. If you've been listening to the pod or following anything on Ned's socials, you would have seen that you guys were trying to break the records of...
I'll say Sangakkara.
And Mahela Jayawardena was the other.
The good stuff, and they've learned how to say the name over the period of time.
Fogs had trouble with it in the past.
A total of 624 runs. The boys did it in indoor cricket centre, the nets, with a machine. And yeah, every time you got out, it would be -5 wickets.
Runs even.
Runs, my bad.
Yep.
And you gave yourself 24 hours to complete the challenge. The challenge is done.
It's done.
How did it go?
Well, we did it. We nailed it. We hit the runs inside maybe 8 hours, I want to say.
Yeah.
So that goal number 1, we ticked over very early. And then goal number 2 of surviving 24 hours, we couldn't really race through. We just had to sit there and do it. We got it done. And the man next to me had one of the greatest athletic performances I've ever seen. And honestly, it might be one of the greatest athletic performances the world has ever seen.
I don't know about that.
I certainly do. We batted, Shad, as you recall, you were there for a little bit. We batted
for the midnight shift. 24
hours straight. And neither of us are professional cricketers or professional athletes. And Jack over here, who hasn't played an organised game of cricket since juniors, was that fair to say?
Yeah, under 17s, I think, 16s.
Jack scored 980 runs and only got out twice in 24 hours.
Wow.
Like that, I don't think if you put an actual test cricketer in those same conditions, you would get results like that. It's insane.
Clip that.
Yeah. No, I'm
tag the Australian.
Challenges out
I'm
there.
challenging the Australian.
Just ahead of the Ashes.
I'm challenging the test cricketers to do
your
it.
spot.
Jack faced about 950 balls and only 2 of them he got out on. To me, that is just one of the greatest athletic achievements I've ever seen. And I think, so I got out 22 times and I faced maybe close to 1,200 balls. And I feel like that was to be expected. I think I played to an expectation as an amateur cricketer, but 2 wickets in 24 hours is insane, unheard of. Like, it's just what he did deserves the absolute highest of praises.
Well, let's get a comment from the man himself. The greatest athlete this nation has ever seen, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been put on the spot. Those very flattering and kind words. And yeah, I don't know how to. It's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I'm used to just getting negged. No, that was very kind. But cricket's about partnerships, mate, and I don't think I could have done anything that I did without you at the other end and helping us through organising the whole event with the help of our producer, Rich.
Oh, Rich worked overtime as well.
Not to mention Shad, who did the graveyard shift for the socials.
Yeah, look, and, you know, we will get into the regular programming of the Silly Season pod, the punting and some fascinating things of the world of sport. But this was a huge part of the pod for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Certainly was.
I rocked up just before midnight, I rocked up, around 9 p.m. and watched it until midnight. And I've got to say, when I rocked up, you guys were broken men.
Yeah, that's sugarcoating it, I reckon.
Arriving to the news that you guys had already hit the total 6 hours in, I'm not going to lie, when I was watching that on socials, I laughed so hard because I was like, the idea of hitting the target so early in the piece would have been devastating because the goal to hit was just top.
Well, yeah.
Which is so hard.
And we were also given the out many times in playing. Like, our higher-ups were like, why don't you just hit the total and stop?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's 24 hours. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
And then once we hit the total, we're like, oh, man, we had the opportunity to pull the pin there, but no, we stuck in.
It's not an achievement unless you have to really struggle through some dark times, both
that's
mentally
fair.
and physically.
Well, speaking of one of those dark times, I was there for a period where the boys were playing quite down, quite wrecked. I was expecting a bit of atmosphere when I got there. It was dead.
Yeah.
And then what the people that ran the wonderful centre, Blaze Cricket, they tried to get everything upbeat, but their idea of upbeat was playing some bongo drums and some classic drumming tracks that I'm sure for them would have been great pump up tunes. But at 12:30 a.m. with these boys fatigued, I saw you guys just staring off into the distance.
Into the abyss.
Into the abyss, and the abyss was staring back.
Yeah, they tried to create sort of an IPL game atmosphere, and that might help for some, but for me, I think, it took me further down the rabbit hole.
Oh.
And to be fair, Shad, you were massive in getting us back on track. You stole the aux cord off the lady that owns the place, and you started playing tunes that really got us up and about.
Just classic 80s montage bangers, guys. You were in a montage.
Well, that's it, because I'd built a playlist, but I think the best way to describe my playlist was headphone music. It's stuff that I would like to listen to get into the zone, but hearing it out loud and having other people listen to my music, I was very self-conscious. So I reckon that almost made me worse.
Your tunes definitely threw me out of
but they were helping me, but they were certainly not helping you.
Yeah, he's just listening to like Evanescence, Bring It Alive.
There was a lot of heavy stuff. But yeah, you were certainly a great spark and really got us along.
Some would say I'm the most important part of the whole record, but we'll leave it at.
Once you got on the aux and the bowling machine, I feel like the spirits lifted.
It was a great thing to be a part of, and a great achievement, boys. Hats off to you.
Special mention to Rich, actually, because even though you brought a lot of joy to Liam on the bowling machine, when Rich got up there, because we've been training with Rich operating the bowling machine, and he knows the areas that Liam hates. And he was hitting those areas short of a length,
an hour and a half.
getting him fishing for a few, then back into the body. and that's what I like. Liam was like, what's the point of this? Or I'm not having fun. This is test match cricket. The bowler's not going to put it as a half volley for you every time.
Rich, I'm going to apologise. If you go back and listen to the audio from that period, I've probably said some really hurtful things. And I would like to apologise for every single one of them. I don't mean them. I think you're a great guy. And we can probably just delete those from existence.
I'm just stoked. You didn't get me out, did you, Rich?
No. I did.
Yeah, you.
No, Rich might have got me once or twice, but
when I first lost I threw my bat. I was on
out of the court.
First wicket was 240, I think, and I thought I was going 24 hours without a lot. I was like,
then you went 400 and something before the next one.
Yeah, then I pipped Brian Lara.
You'll be able to see a full recap of the longest stand on the Ned socials at some point this week. So make sure you keep an eye on it.
Geez, that's a bit. We're hoping by Boxing Day.
Oh, by Boxing Day, by the test.
Well, the doco will come out on YouTube. We don't want to take
viewership away from the Ashes.
But there might be some social clips along the way. And there is a highlight reel of all the stories on the Ned's Instagram. So.
Can I read you the final stats?
Sure.
So 24 hours we obviously batted for. We faced 347 overs.
Right.
Which, for those that aren't aware, that is 3.85 days of Test cricket.
Okay.
And we finished with a total of 1,908 runs, and we were out 24 times put together. So we scored...
Everyone together.
Well, yeah, I was 22 of them. Jack was 2, as I've already said. But we scored over 2,000 runs, but when you take the -5s in there, it dips under. Jack faced about 950 rocks, and I think I faced close to 1,200.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me that you wrapped up at 980 and didn't go to hit 1,000. That's insane.
So we got to the last sort of, it was a 45 session, and Jack got to 950 early in that stint, and we had a little mid-wicket chat, and I was close to 900. I remember saying to him, I was like, it's done. There's nothing to lose. Do you cut sick and try and chase 50 in the last session? And I think the 2 next to his name meant more to him. But I'd already gotten out a million times. I had nothing to lose. So I swung out the arse to get to 900. I think I put 60 on in that final session.
No, I had a red hot crack for maybe 1 over, but at that time I didn't realise how bad my body had gotten. My back, I just had no thoracic movement. I had none to begin with, but I had even
we've established this.
I could only play my straight shots, and whoever was on the machine was trying to get me fishing. It wasn't in my zone. I had a very clear scoring zone and a leaving zone, so I left a lot of deliveries in the last session. I'm ruining it. I've had a few messages like, why didn't you just go for
crazy.
Mate, I wanted it. I wanted it.
Yeah, well, it'll forever,
I didn't want to lose that wicket. We're batting time. We're batting test. We're saving test cricket. It's about putting some value. Yeah. I'm not letting it get to me.
All right. Let's move into some silly season chat outside of cricket. On the pod today, no trivia this week. The boys are still wrecked, but we will be having a look at our punishment pot. Punishment for those that were in the punishment pot last week on the NBA. We fell agonisingly short. Who would have thought that Jokic wouldn't get a triple-double in a game that he got benched for basically a full quarter, which is incredibly frustrating. And I will always rue my wonderful Brooklyn Nets for getting that final bucket.
That was the sickest
robbing us like $7,000.
Just unnecessary.
13 points down, and they go for the 3-pointer in the last 10 seconds to ruin our line bet and up the punishment.
I think there was a lull in the second quarter of that Nuggets game too, where they stopped scoring, so the overs didn't hit, and that was like the only leg we needed. Yeah,
bad beats all
That's
round.
punting.
We can talk about
punting.
it.
That is punting, and we will be back.
Yeah,
we will be back.
It's going to happen, guys.
I want to chat about sport real quick, boys. The NFL this past week. We spoke trade deadlines. Next one's gone on. You guys were batting for most.
Yeah, we didn't watch a lick of NFL.
Most of the NFL.
I did beat him in fantasy though.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, there's no partnership there.
A couple of things happened with the NFL over the weekend that I wanted to show you guys. A few weeks back, we did an app where I was showing you guys some crazy moments in commentary.
Oh yeah, the sexual stuff.
Yeah, the real horny stuff that these commentators are saying. Over the weekend, I was watching some of the college. Some of the college football.
This is a whole new category on the commentary hub.
And I've got to say, they do things a little bit differently over there. This was not so much horny, but the guy that did this commentary moment I'm going to show you has had to issue an apology afterwards.
Oh, wow. You know it's a good line.
So I want you guys to have a listen to this fine bit of commentary by Sousa. The guy's name is.
And there is Ray Davis, 51 yards on that drive alone, running and receiving. He's a guy transferring over from Vanderbilt. 9 months ago when he jumped in the portal, everybody wanted him. 11 years ago as a foster kid, really nobody wanted him.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. You probably can't say that one. And you know the thing about that bit of commentary is he had that light bulb moment.
He lined it up.
Even like they do notes before they get out there of what they want to talk about when it comes to players. Him being a foster kid was on there.
Yeah.
As a kid?
He was hoping.
No one wanted to borrow him.
No one wanted that.
He was hoping Davis popped off because he had that little nugget. He's like, this is going to be gold.
Not even
viral.
his parents.
He is great. This is going to be career defining for me.
51 yards, he's on fire today. Much like the house that burnt down, causing him to become an orphan.
His parents would be up there.
It reminded me of, do you remember a few years back during the NFL draft? There was like a period where the 6 picks in the first draft, all they would talk about is how many parents had died. Yeah. Like everyone had a tragic parent death.
I think that was the COVID year where they were all on Zoom and they had the full graphics made up, ready to go. Like, mom had drug addiction, dad's in jail. It's like, come on, let's see how many sacks they got.
They didn't mention
how many yards they threw. No.
Yeah. How many yards did he do in college? I don't know, but he's got 4 brothers in prison.
It felt like watching
substance abuse at home.
It was like an episode of The Voice. Like, you know how every single singer on The Voice had a tragic story?
Yeah, I love that.
It got a bit like that at one point. And they've certainly dialed it back since.
Yeah, but not in the actual games because they've had people like Rashi Rice and stuff playing. They did a whole graphic that they could barely fit on the screen, which was what he was charged with. I'm just waiting for a graphic where they do they'll do his top speed on the field and top speed in a car. Yeah.
I want to see maybe Ivy League colleges where it's like, whoa, grew up without a butler at home.
No.
parents were divorced.
They got like head-to-head trust fund stats.
Yeah. Interesting thing here, his 401k is a little bit lower.
Yeah.
He had to put in a quarter for his first car.
Here's his share
Also,
portfolio.
I will note, I don't even know if that's the guy.
That definitely.
Oh, really?
It's on brand.
Oh,
for
so
what
we've
it
got
is.
Googled it, it was him.
This is a
defamation
libel.
suit coming our way.
Maybe it was him, I don't know. So, but that guy looks like he would have said something like that.
Look at that.
Well, that is Shad's words, not ours.
Another thing that's been hyping up in the NFL as well as the international games. I think we just finished our last international game
In
for the NFL.
Spain?
And it was in Spain. It was in Madrid. And I've got to tell you, the NFL has had a bad run this year of games they sent overseas.
There's been poor product.
So, yeah,
across
like
the board.
I think they had a Jags one that was like field goals for ages and then, it was boring as.
Yep.
And then the one that went to Madrid, people would think, oh, how good's this? Overtime game in Madrid. But it was overtime between the Commanders and the Dolphins. And it ended at like 13-16 or something.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so bad. And it's really bad when instead of putting out highlights of the game, people have just been sharing how impressive it was watching the Madrid stadium flip to be an NFL stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's the number one thing that people are showing. Have you seen this? This is them turning the Real Madrid field.
Oh, wow. So
How crazy
it
is
goes
this?
underneath, does it?
They
They've got
slide
a
the
hydro
sections.
set up underneath, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they put them underneath, like all like lengthy parts. Basically, this would be worth, I think, 1 in 16 in a game of roulette. They're taking each one of those sections, putting them underneath. But under, they've got like 3 other fields.
Oh, whoa.
3 or 4 other fields are just living underneath the Madrid stadium.
It's like a vending machine.
Isn't that crazy?
That's incredible engineering.
It makes you think that they're doing this in Madrid, and I'm not saying we need this for the Brisbane Olympics, but
It'd help.
geez, it'd be nice to get a roof on Suncorp, like
Yeah.
a retractable roof.
You just look at that and go like, how can't MetLife and stuff get
Well,
some
yeah,
sort of...
like even the Commanders. I mean, the amount of legs that have broken on their field, it's
which
like
we've
maybe
talked about
we could
previously.
ship this thing over there.
That's insane.
It's kind of crazy to me, hey, how quickly they put that bad boy together.
And you probably got a deck for your concerts.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably still fans underneath there.
That's an incredible piece of engineering.
The away
Just
fans.
waking up and you're in the...
You're in the
lock him in.
catacombs. Wow, that's
The
sick.
7th level of hell.
But yeah, if we get an international game next year, so
The Rams. And
Yeah, it's in Melbourne though.
Is it the Joy?
It's my problem with Australian stadiums is we don't have good,
rectangle.
large rectangle stadiums. Like
unless it goes to Olympic Park in Sydney,
which sucks.
yeah.
It's one of the worst places. Awful field, bad place to watch footy. Suncorp's great, but I feel like if you added another 20,000, it'd be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's too small for the NFL.
But it's like, but also it's just like, just do it. Make it good. Sitting at the MCG to watch a game of NFL would be so shit.
Well, we'll have to review it.
How bad's the MCG?
And they don't want it either because they're so precious about their AFL and
Yeah.
because I think they want to take it there at the same time as the AFL finals.
Really?
Well, yeah,
That can't
it's a
happen.
bit of a crossover. I think because that's early NFL season, September, and that's peak AFL finals. And then the Sheffield Shield and the bloody cricket's got it. And I mean, that's more important to me.
I mean, let's be real, that could be playing down at the dog park, mate.
It's called the Melbourne Cricket Game.
They could go to the Blaze indoor nets.
You got to play the cricket nets, mate. I think I'll be fine. I'll have them.
There's plenty of runs at
And
the
they'll
Blaze
see
Cricket
that.
Nets.
They'll see that retired number on the wall.
Jay Lindley, 988 for 2.
It is a bit of a silly season, so there's no rugby league anymore. Pacific Championships is over. New Zealand won that bad boy. Union is really like kind of coming and going at the moment. But can I ask you a quick question?
You can always ask me a question.
Do you guys think that R360 is real?
The R doesn't stand for real. That's
Well, the fact that
There's so much chat about it.
it sounds like Haas is going to reject the deal, which makes me feel like there might be some sort of fishiness about it.
Well, I'm just, for those that don't know what R360 is, it's a rival rugby union competition, right?
international.
Like a live
An
golf.
international one. And then the way it's been described is like it's going to be all around the world. There was like talk in September they were trying to secure Barcelona as the opening round stadium.
Well, they should get Madrid.
Which Madrid could do it. They could have a new pitch every game if they did in Madrid. So there was like all that kind of chat about that. Obviously, the big money to be spent on the comp and all these like giant numbers. And it just reeks to me of the NRL just using this as a moment to try and make itself sound really important. Like it really just it's a little bit like I got a hot girlfriend, she goes to a different school.
Doesn't have Facebook.
That's what R360 is for the NRL. That's why when they came out and said 10 years, you're not going to be able to play rugby league for 10 years if you sign with them. I can't even find a website for these guys.
You reckon?
I can't find a poster for these. I did find a website, actually. That's a lie. I did find a website. If you look up R360, nothing comes up. You've got to look up r-360.com.
So they don't even have
the branding's not even.
They don't have the right domain.
NRL only.
They don't have the right to the name because I'll tell you right now, R360.
Do you reckon Volandi's bought the URL before him?
He definitely did.
No, the URL, the R360 company is, I'll just find it for you here, r360global.com, which you would think would be for this Global Rugby Cup. It's actually a peer-to-peer network for leaders of family enterprises focused on creating lasting impact and legacy with shared values and succession planning. So that itself is
and they're going to sign
a shell company in itself.
So they're going to sign Ryan Pappenhausen, that company.
Yeah, apparently this company's going to hire Ryan Pappenhausen. When you go to the actual website for R360, this is all that comes up. R-360, which I only found this website, not through Google and like looking for their website, because I went and did a little bit of a deep dive on interviews with that Trindle Tyndall fella. That's like the face of it.
Yeah.
And he mentioned this in an email that people could reach out to them. So I put the .com in. This is what comes up.
That's a concert photo.
Now,
like that's a drum
it is a
kit.
concert photo in the background. So it's not even rugby that's in the background. And also, have you ever read, like when crypto first kind of came in and people were like, oh, you got to get all these coins and stuff. And I'm not going to get into the argument about how I think crypto's like not real.
Who gave him this power?
But like,
he's got an agenda.
But like it reads like one of those things, like someone trying to explain to you
like a
project
coin.
that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Buying at ground level.
Yeah. Like for it says R360, rugby is incredible, already false. It's raw, it's real, the ultimate team sport. But for the game to thrive globally, we need to capture the imagination of more fans across the world, beyond the brilliance of the international test arena. Okay, so we need to thrive more than actual global rugby.
Yeah.
Players need to be able to realise their potential past the field of play. We believe it's time for something new, a stage built by the players and the fans, for the players and the fans. They haven't got any players signed. They don't have any players.
Or fans.
Or fans. Capturing new global rugby series. They reckon men and women as well. Connection, energy, emotion, all in one unstoppable moment. Rugby is our sport. Entertainment is our game.
Those dashes make me believe that was fully ChatGPT written as well.
It does seem like ChatGPT written. Yeah. It just, everything I've seen about this, like, because I look online and I try, anyone who's listening, look this up because I feel so sus about it. A majority, vast majority, I'm talking like 80% of the stuff written about R360 is by Sydney Morning Herald, news.com.au, like Fox Sports, journos in Australia, NRL like it is all journos in Australia that are talking, and not rugby union journos either. Yeah. They're not even a huge part of it. It's mostly rugby league people writing about a rugby union competition.
And so what's the long game here? They just feeling unappreciated?
Well, I was thinking about this. When is the next collective bargaining agreement coming up for rugby league players?
It'd be relatively soon.
Because the broadcast deal's soon, isn't it, in like a year's time?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel, right, here's tinfoil hat.
Here we go.
Tinfoil hat.
Let's do it.
Okay?
Let's do it.
All alleged. Could R360 be something developed by, because there's ex-players that are on this board apparently for rugby union, could it be developed by player agents like the Moseses of the world, allegedly, as an attempt to leverage how much their players are worth in the next collective bargaining agreement, because Super Rugby is such a failure in Australia that there's no competition for players to leave to go to union because, one, it's an awful sport, and two, there's no money in it. So, like, they don't have that to lean on anymore because Suolii's taken all the money.
Yeah.
So now they need something else to make it look like they need to give players more money.
Yeah.
I feel like
this is the move.
That's kind of that makes a lot of sense if you do have the tinfoil hat on. But yeah, I think it
a lot of things do when you have
it's I think it's a way of showing the NRL how much their players are actually worth and how massively underpaid some of our biggest names are. Like, they were saying that Haas could get like $3 million a year if he goes to this shell company.
What is this? What could he get at rugby union? What could he get somewhere else?
He could get $5 million in Shad RL.
Yeah,
I reckon if he joined our podcast, we could easily give him like 20,000 a year, maybe.
But you know what I mean? Because it just seems like there's no substance to all the things that they've been putting out there.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be more.
That's the website.
There'd be more. So there's no buttons to
There's no button. That's it.
Quick question. Have you seen anything, like you said, it's rugby league riders. There hasn't been any union players connected to R360?
Only the people that are apparently part of developing, like they're part of the creators of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I've seen. The rest are like, I saw a couple of articles about, and I could be wrong, send them to us if I'm wrong, but all I could find was stuff about players that said, it was never on the table before they've re-signed with their club. And they talk about, we think that Pappenhausen might be going there, and we think that Lomax is already going to go there, and Japanese rugby is going to be the conduit in the middle between the two. But I find it really hard to believe that this is
well, they always say if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
And also,
like my girlfriend at a different school.
Is. Can I just put that out there?
Which one? What?
No one knows. People in Victoria barely even know who the hell Payne Haas is. And you're telling me that apparently the power brokers in like the US and stuff that want to start this rugby union different sport competition are like, we've got to get this Payne Haas bloke for the Brisbane Broncos. The what? The Brisbane Broncos. Where are they? New South Wales. What? Like, they got no idea.
They should be jumping on Israel full out.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see what punters think. I think that R360, I'll probably be eating my words and the full announcement and everything will come out by the time this comes out. But geez, it reeks of just like some like online course that some influencers selling. Yeah.
I think we should make this a weekly segment. Tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
My conspiracy.
Don't mind that at all.
Anyway, I'll finish with something light. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a in the Vikings game on the weekend, they had the annual mascot v local Pee Wee football team.
That's back, is it?
They do it in the middle at half time. And this was the Vikings that were doing it. And a great moment where the mascot team were even. It was tied. And, do you let the kids win?
The mascots leave nothing.
You run through.
They leave nothing on they leave nothing on the field, mate. They are all in.
It's still grown men. Like the grown costumes men. Aside.
And fit.
They are belting kids.
Oh, yeah, they're gymnasts.
What do you think about this? Mascots needing to go ahead. This is a go-ahead score. They're about 5 yards or 3 yards out.
Oh, they don't tush push, do they?
They go for the ultimate play.
Oh, no.
They go for the ultimate play. A bunch of grown men. Shoving
that
the kids.
D-line, that is embarrassing.
Go back. Start it again. This lineman, he's like, what are we meant to do? What am I doing? He's like, sick.
And look at this. There was a chance for the kids to actually come back and lock it up.
What's Grimace
Here's a moment for the kids to lock it up. So you could just let them in and leave it as a tie. That's what you could do on the next play. Here comes the school. A fumble. Could this kid run it in and score?
Ball's too hot.
Let him score. No way, says Beaver.
The Minnesota Golden Gopher shuts him down.
Post-celebration.
Puts the strap on him.
No, that's fair enough.
It's a fascinating lineup of mascots too.
Guys, these 20 kids, they may have gotten beaten on the day, but think about all the kids that idolise these mascots.
Yeah.
If they see those guys go down to a punch of their peers...
That's true. How could you ever respect a Grimace shake if you didn't see him having a red hot go?
Exactly.
How do they put together these mascot teams? Like we've got the Chiefs, we've got the Cowboys, we've got the Minnesota Golden Gophers was the one that got that.
Golden Gophers.
We've got Grimace. Yeah, where are these?
It's whoever was free, I think.
We've got Guzman from Guzman and
Gomez. I know what I'm getting for dinner. That bloke has triggered something deep within me.
And I feel like he might have a sponsorship.
Yeah, I feel like they put him through school. Old GYG.
Oh, it was good stuff. All right, let's get into some punting.
All right, punters, it's time for our betting segment. We probably don't need to go over our futures comp this week as we're still waiting on the F1 and there's a few races to go. I reckon you might be a lock there anyway with Lando.
Mate, he only eats quarter pounders.
Hasn't that been funny that we didn't get into that? Grilled has issued an apology off the back of what we were talking about last week.
And so they should have.
This show has some serious weight. I think you need to know.
Because we keep eating all those grilled burgers.
Yeah. And now that you've gone after R360, we could be either in big trouble or we could be very influential.
We'll see a clear announcement by R360. You watch.
Only time will tell. I've got 2 weeks of 10-unit challenges to catch people up on here because Shad, obviously, but when we recorded last week, your 10 units had not kicked off yet. That was on the Eagles versus, I can't remember whoever they were playing. Maybe it was the Cowboys?
It was the Lions, wasn't it?
Lions.
Last week,
and you had the Eagles at 215 that hit. But then week 6, we didn't get anything home whatsoever. I had the Bears and Seahawks to win at 517, and the Seahawks lost by 2 points. Shad, you had the Rams to win into Ibuka anytime touchdown scorer.
Got the Rams, got that right. You and me head to head.
Yeah, someone was going to get a bet up there, or no one.
But unfortunately, Ibuka did not go over in a 30-point game by the Bucks.
I think wide receiver 1 might get a look in there. Not to be. Jack, you split your units in half as you do most weeks.
Oh, did I get one up?
No. No, you did not. You had Jack Della Maddalena to beat Islam, and that was just a cuddle fest.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about how boring UFC is at the top.
I think it just
these
goes
days.
to show sometimes, guys, don't follow your heart, follow your head.
Yeah.
Your heart will lead you astray, and it gets broken.
It's all right, man.
It's all right.
It's okay, mate.
You're upset.
Got to find Memphis. Where's Memphis playing?
Same goes for the Memphis.
Your other 5 units, Jack, you had Luka, Giannis, and Maxi to score 30 points in the Saturday games. And I went to have a look and saw that Luka dropped 25, so I didn't bother looking at the rest of them.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how close you were, but close doesn't put food on the table, unfortunately.
No. Unless you Miroslav Klose, German striker, a record goal scorer for the national team.
Where are you getting with that?
Well, his last name's Close, and puts food on the table.
Sorry. Yeah. That was an intellectual
This is
joke.
what it's like sitting over there next week.
Yeah.
One person will laugh at that. It'll be me when I re-listen.
Jack, you've split your units up in half again this week. Do you want to lead us off here?
Yeah, we'll go through. Putting my heart on the line just after I said bet with your head. So I'm taking Man U to beat Everton, combined with Chelsea beating Burnley. Quick stat on Chelsea v Burnley. Chelsea hasn't lost at Turf Moor since 1974. So I'm happy with that leg. Man U, I'm a bit less sure of, but they've been unbeaten in 5 games. So that comes to $2.63.
How many games in a row have they won at this point in time?
No, they drew the last game, so that the hair streaks reset.
But they haven't won a game since.
No.
So still technically unbeaten. Okay.
Yeah, so 5 units on that bad boy. Then my next one is, I actually brought this man up on our first pod. He was one of my futures.
Yep.
This was before he went on the great Australian bat off in the Shield. I was saying Marnus would get reselected in the Australian squad, which he is in the 15-man squad. And then he would also go on to be the leading scorer for the Ashes.
The whole series.
The whole series.
Were you saying like both teams combined?
Yeah.
Or just the Australians?
That's everyone, mate.
Yep. I've given you an out, but you're taking it, and I respect that.
But for this week's bet, I'm having him to top score for Australia in the first innings at $5.
I don't mind that at all. I think they're 2 very respectable bets. I'm also in the first test, and we have a few specials for the first test that you can have a look.
A special, yes.
Your words, not mine.
Special player, and he's going to top score.
Yeah,
how's no one wearing this silly goose right now, by the way?
Who should that be?
Anyway.
I haven't figured that out yet. Yeah, we've got plenty of special markets for the first test. Punters, I implore you to go have a look at them once you've finished listening to this episode. But the one that really stood out to me, the first test, it's kind of a 3-leg multi here. I've got Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne to each score 30-plus runs in the first innings, and then Australia to win at $4.25. I think that looks very gettable at $4.25. So I'm lumping all 10 units on that. And I should, if that hits, I'll be back in the green. So
wow,
gimme. Shad, have you found?
Yeah, what am I sitting on at the moment in this tally, by the way?
It's shocking to me that you've brought up that, and I maybe left it out on purpose to sort of bait you into it, but from 60 units invested by all of us, I'm sitting at a loss of my negative 25.9. Jack's sitting at a loss of 30.5. And Shad, you're in the green at 34 units. You're 34 units ahead of your 60 investment.
That's nice. There is time for risks, but I'm going to take one.
Okay.
I am going to put my units on you'll like this, folks, because it's a multi for bad odds. It's 2 legs for $2.
That's not a risk.
$2.31, actually.
Okay.
You'll know where the risk is. First leg is the New England Patriots to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. $1.24 on that. You've got to think that they're going to win that. Patriots fans are frothing at the moment. They've gotten a great option now because the Bengals with no Jamar Chase because of the spitting incidents.
And that was in like week 1 or something, wasn't it? That he spat?
No, this is a new spit. This is the third spit of the year if you're keeping a tally. He spat in the face of
Jalen Ramsey,
Jalen Ramsey on the weekend and denied it, and then all the footage shows him actually doing it.
It's pretty obvious.
And he's been fined and suspended for it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So I cannot see how the Bengals will put up many points.
There goes my redraft season just quietly. He was my first overall pick. And I'm in a bit of a hole, so it's good to know that my number 1 wide receiver is out.
Yeah.
How long's he out for?
Just one game.
Okay.
Just one game against the Pats. So I'm going to put that in, and then I'm going to do what I shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to bet for my team. The Dallas Cowboys taking on Philadelphia.
I'm going to write this in red text.
Cowboys versus the Eagles. I'm not going to go head-to-head. I'm going to go plus 3.5.
Okay.
They're giving them a field goal with change against the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to remember in round 1 they almost beat Philly. They kept it quite close within a touchdown. I'm just intrigued. I think I'm betting on something that I want to ride as well as a fan.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So not so much pressure that I put too much heaviness on the boys' backs because I'm a big believer on that, where you weigh down your team sometimes with your punting. So I usually step away from that. But also because the Cowboys are a fringe playoff team if they can get some wins together. And this is like a death gauntlet. They play the Eagles, they play the Chiefs, they play the Lions. If they can get away with one of them, then depending on other results, they could be in a chance. If they win 2 of them, then they're bloody laughing. And I think the Chiefs are a wounded animal. So I'm going to take the Dallas. That's my multi, $2.31.
Very nice.
All right. Last week, as we mentioned at the top of the show, we did the punishment pot.
Yes.
Because the powers that be saw us shocking each other in trivia and thought, why don't we let the people that punt on Neds do that to our bloody staff, which we do have a court case pending to try and figure out how they let that happen.
Class inbound.
We ended up with a fair chunk of change in there. So shout out to the people that jumped in and trusted us with their money for a Wednesday day of basketball. Agonizingly short, fellas. I can't get the exact amount that we fell short by, but off the top of my head, it was about $2,000.
Yeah, people who put in $25, they got back 19.5 about.
Yeah, I think we started with about 8.5K.
Yeah.
And then I think we finished $2,000 short.
And I would like to say a big shout out to the people that have joined the Silly Season punters group. That is Silly Sezn, SEZN. If you want to join it. If you do want to join it and come and have a chat, but also mainly to jump in there and back up your boys.
Yes, we had a groundswell of support.
I'd forgot. This is a great yarn. I'd completely forgotten about this as well.
A bit of chat thrown.
We were death riding to the very end, up until the final seconds of the game to try and wait for. I think it was just that we needed a basket or something.
Yeah,
and we would have been in the green by a couple of grand. That's how much we're riding, and all the fans in there having a great time until one jerk jumps in there and decides to rag on us for our day on the punt.
if we'd use any data models to construct our multi. That's not how you do a multi.
Unbelievable, this guy. I did chirp back. I don't know if that's against company policy.
No, they've told us we're allowed, like within reason, we are allowed to clap back.
Oh, good.
But we didn't need to clap back. The punters went after it.
Well, exactly. I mean, I'm just getting the guy's comment up. So he decided to have a little crack with his little comment there, and then I said, due to this guy, there will no longer be a punishment for his rudeness. But people jumped in there and really had a go at him, run along window shopper, because it became very clear after his negative comments on our punting that he then admitted to not even being in the pot.
He was just there for the comments. He was just there watching.
You can't sit there and start commenting. I mean, honestly, this guy sits in his backyard and yells across the street at how the guy's mowing his lawn.
How can you hate from outside the club? You can't even get in.
You can't even get into the club, brother.
Saying that, more than welcome to jump in and just get involved with the engagement. You don't have to buy in.
You don't have to buy in, obviously. Yeah. But he was in there.
You can have a crack though.
He absolutely got in there. I replied with, "Who let this bloke in?" And then you legendary punters absolutely gave this guy a serve.
Can you read some highlights out for us? Are there any appropriate ones to read out? They're all pretty non-sweary, actually.
Yeah, just a couple of people saying, run along window shopper. Then they said, oh, this guy spent all day in the chat and didn't even chip in. What a coward.
Coward, I love that.
And some people just saying, hey, good job, lads. Like, look forward to the next one. Obviously, we're all disappointed that we had the loss, right? And then just a lot of people saying some words that I cannot repeat. But, I love this. I can't wait to do another one. And win.
Yeah.
And have a look if this guy's name is on the sign-ups.
I did call my old man after that rant and told him to pull his head in.
Get out of here.
We know he doesn't answer your calls.
Yeah.
But the problem is we had all that money to play with and we did inevitably fall short, which unfortunately means that we have to cop a punishment. Now, you guys sent through a bunch of punishments for us.
So on the wheel, we've got eat a whole lemon. Righto. Hottest chili ever. All right.
I don't know how we're going to figure that out. But
Does whole lemon mean the skin?
Well, that's
because I'll happily eat the flesh part, but the skin's probably where I draw the line on that one.
There's this Swedish fish called surströmming,
which is like rotten fermented fish that is illegal to open indoors in Sweden.
We got this Chinese delicacy called the century egg, which is again like a
disgusting thing.
Preserved egg that's black when you open it, and sometimes there's like a bird in there.
All three of those are just vomit inducing.
What else we have to write?
Apology
Footy
cards.
Friends an apology card. He's one of the members of the group. Big Zap with our Zap collars turned up to the max.
Yeah, paintball, basically just standing and copping a bunch of paintballs, which is going to be fun.
Ice bath.
Yeah.
Run a meter for every $1 we lost, which turns out to be at just over 2Ks.
2K. I'm actually okay with that.
That's not too bad. And then the Ask Me How I Lost t-shirt, which someone said we have to ask me how I lost a bunch of mates or whatever, $8,000.
Yeah.
Which is quite demeaning. And then the Big Zap, which is top strength shock collar.
What do you boys want? What do you want this to land on? I don't want to eat anything yucky.
I've copped the shock collar quite a few times, so I wouldn't mind the Big Zap.
Just get it out of the road.
I think Big Zap's nice and quick. I don't mind that.
I think that one.
Apology card's not too bad.
I'm happy to wear a shirt.
I think paintball will be fun just for the point when I get to shoot you guys.
So we've got like a 40% chance of something semi-reasonable.
Yeah, the worst one is the fish or the egg. That's vomit territory.
The lemon just seems a bit too much as well. All right, spin that for me, Shad.
Okay.
Here we go, punters. I hope you're happy.
I can't believe I'm cheering for getting hit by a paintball.
Oh my God.
It was nearly the century.
Oh my God.
On either side was the disgusting food. Paintball.
Oh, we've got away with one there.
Century egg, paintball, Swedish fish, and it lands right in the middle. Oh my God! Thank God for that.
So are we
But
doing
also,
it like
that's-
a kind of a shooting lineup against a fence or something?
I think so.
Torso shots.
We'll
or
have to
whatever?
figure it out. I've never
I think we
shot
get to-
or been shot by a paintball.
It bloody hurts.
I think we're going to have to shoot each other. I think that's probably the honourable way.
So we need to sort that out.
And it's one shot per dollar lost.
Blindfolds on too, so you don't know when it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Rough.
Just in case we hadn't gone through enough pain already.
Just thinking about that $1 meter per dollar. Our 24-hour net session, we covered over 50 kilometres of running.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The calves are ruined, so
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't do the 2K.
Well, paintball is where we ended up, punters.
Yeah.
So we will organise that.
Sick.
They
Great.
can do themselves.
Awesome. Thanks, punters. You're the best. Yeah, well done.
Wrap it up.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.